mystical practices, scientific evidence, bridging the gap, case studies, and emerging research. Zoran, the ancient dragon, whose knowledge spanned beyond the boundaries of time, sat quietly on a mountain peak, gazing at the stars. His wings, though massive, were still as a solemn breeze. His deep, knowing eyes shone with an eternal wisdom, and as his voice filled the air, the very atmosphere seemed to resonate with the weight of centuries of knowledge. Throughout the ages, there have been those among us who have touched the unseen realms, those who have walked paths of light and shadow, guided by the ancient practices of mysticism. These practices, meditation, energy healing, visualization, and others, have long been considered to lie outside the realm of conventional science. And yet, the time has come to witness how these ancient ways are converging with the knowledge of the modern world. Zoran's voice was rich with power as he spoke of a time when these practices were common knowledge, handed down from one generation to the next, until they were scattered to the winds of skepticism and doubt. Now, however, he could see the winds shifting once more. Science, with all its precision and logic, was beginning to unveil the truths that mystics had known all along. The ancient healing practices that seemed like miracles were merely the application of natural laws, unknown to most, but understood by a few, Zoran said thoughtfully. These practices, rooted in the energy of the body, mind, and spirit, have now begun to find their place in the laboratories of modern scientists. The evidence is undeniable. The gap between the mystical and the scientific is closing. The healing power of meditation. Zoran spoke first of meditation, one of the most powerful of the ancient practices. For millennia, mystics and yogis have used meditation to achieve peace, balance, and health. But in the past few decades, scientists have started to uncover the profound impact meditation can have on the brain and body. Meditation, Zoran explained, is not just a practice for calming the mind or connecting with the divine. It is a means of harnessing the very energy of the mind to transform the body and spirit. Through meditation, a person can alter their mental state, rewire their brain, and even heal from illness. Recent studies have shown that meditation not only reduces stress, but also improves brain function, enhances immune response, and regulates emotions. For example, neuroimaging research by scientists such as Richard Davidson at the University of Wisconsin-Madison has revealed that meditation can increase activity in the prefrontal cortex, the area of the brain associated with executive function, emotional regulation, and decision-making. The practice has been shown to enhance neuroplasticity, which is the brain's ability to reorganize itself by forming new neural connections. A landmark study by John Kabat-Zinn showed that mindfulness meditation could alleviate symptoms of chronic pain and anxiety, demonstrating the profound connection between the mind and body. Through meditation, Zoran added, we align the mind, body, and spirit, unlocking the potential for healing that exists within each of us. The modern world is now awakening to this ancient truth. Energy healing and the biofield. Zoran then moved to discuss the mystical practice of energy healing, long associated with disciplines like Reiki, Qigong, and pranic healing. These practices, often thought to be purely mystical, involve manipulating the body's energy field to restore balance and promote healing. The concept of a vital life force, Zoran explained, was known to the ancients as prana, chi, or chen, invisible energy that flows through every living being. When the flow of this energy is disrupted, illness and disease can occur. By using focused intention, one can channel energy to heal the body and mind, clearing blockages and restoring the natural balance. In recent years, biofield science has begun to validate these practices. Research has shown that human beings possess an electromagnetic field that surrounds and permeates the body. This biofield interacts with the environment and can be influenced by external sources, such as the energy field of another person. One famous case that Zoran recalled was that of Dr. Beverly Rubik, a prominent scientist in the field of biofields. Her studies in the 1990s confirmed the existence of the human biofield and its influence on healing. Further research into Reiki and other energy-based therapies has shown that these practices can reduce stress, enhance relaxation, and even accelerate physical healing. Energy healing is not just a mystical practice, Zoran said with a knowing smile. It is the natural application of energy, a force that modern science is only beginning to understand. The ancient practices of energy work are powerful tools for healing and transformation. Case studies of transformation. Zoran's voice softened as he recounted several real-life case studies of individuals who had experienced miraculous healings and transformations through mystical practices. These were stories not of fantasy, but of profound change that defied explanation at the time. One such case involved a woman named Mary, who had suffered from chronic migraines for years. Despite trying various medical treatments, nothing seemed to help. In desperation, she turned to a Reiki master for help. After several sessions, Mary reported a dramatic decrease in the frequency and severity of her migraines. When doctors reviewed her case, they could find no physiological explanation for the improvement. Yet, they had no other explanation than that the Reiki had worked. In the realms of mysticism, we know that healing often occurs at levels beyond the physical. Zoran explained, energy flows not just through the body, but through the very essence of a person. When a healer channels energy, they work on a deep, transformative level. This is where science and mysticism converge, and the results speak for themselves. Another powerful case Zoran shared was the transformation of John, a man suffering from severe depression. After years of traditional therapy, John was still trapped in the darkness of his mind. However, when he began practicing mindfulness meditation, his symptoms slowly lifted. Through daily practice, his mental state improved dramatically, and he eventually regained his sense of peace and joy. Studies conducted by scientists like Richard Davidson and John Kabat-Zinn have shown that mindfulness meditation can not only alleviate symptoms of depression, but also increase the brain's gray matter density, particularly in areas related to emotional regulation and self-awareness. Science is only now catching up to the wisdom of the ancients, Zoran said. The practices that heal the soul and body are real and verifiable, and they have the power to transform the lives of those who embrace them. Bridging the mystical and the modern, Zoran concluded the chapter with a final thought, one that resonated deeply with all who were listening. The gap between the mystical and the scientific is closing, and the truth is becoming clear. Mystical practices are not mere fantasies or illusions, but deep, powerful tools for healing, growth, and transformation. Science has begun to peel back the layers of mysteries surrounding these practices, revealing them to be as real and grounded as the physical world itself. Embrace these ancient practices, for they hold the key to unlocking the full potential of your being. Science may give us the answers, but it is the ancient wisdom that will show us the way.